Should be getting a lot of silver and gold right now. Do you think I have too many in the pen? I might have too many in.
But I will not. I cannot go on and continue pretending to be his friend.
Yes, and I don't think he wants that either, to be honest. Hi. You okay?
What did I miss? Another sister talk.
No, just another Hawk talk.
I'm trying to explain how Hawk is just doing his job, basically. That's all he's here for.
We're not his job.
Well, we are his job, that's the point. That's what he was sent here to help with.
I find it insulting.
Yes, but what you find is... That's what I'm trying to explain to Arya here. That she said that she's disappointed in him.
She is so stuck on Hawk. Like, she never, ever lets it go.
Feel.
All of her talk all day is about Hawk.
His job is to protect us magical creatures.
It's always about Hawk. It's never about anything else.
And to look
it's
out
all
for
Hawk.
us. That's his one and only job. And I've never felt unsafe or
like, I just want to run away.
So for me,
the Hawk talk is like
done that job, and
campfire talk.
I
don't
to me.
like
the fact that he doesn't.
Like it's never ending.
Consider us family or friends after all this time, but that's his order. Who told him that to not consider anybody outside the order friend or family? Otherwise, I guess they're worried he would never go back. If he started having a family or talking to people outside as friends, they ultimately don't want them to leave the order.
Oh, so that's what it is about then. Not about the condemnation to hell. That's just a fear tactic.
Well, it's all a fear. It's all a cult. It's all a fear tactic. He's condemned by fear to these people. He believes that bad things will happen if he is no longer with them. If he becomes our friends and family, then bad things will happen. By Mitra. This is what they put inside his head. And how we feel about him and projecting that onto him isn't really fair for him. He's not allowed to feel like that. He's not supposed to feel like that, he said.
All right, fair enough. Move on. Let Hawk do what he needs to. We can't change who he is. I'm fine.
I don't think so. He can explain it better than I can. If you'll give him the time to listen, I'm sure he'll let you know.
I am fine with the way Hawk is. If that's how he wants to view us, that's how it is. We don't need a protector. He doesn't look at us as friends. Why should we look at him as one?
Yes.
He doesn't follow any of us around. He just follows you around. So it's more your problem than ours.
Well, he said that's mainly because you go and do what you need to do, and you say you don't need him.
He's never asked. He's so busy following you around, which is fine.
I believe he's been there quite a bit when you've fallen down or been in trouble. He's always been beside you. I think you should probably remember that. Have you been in trouble when Hawk hasn't been there to help you?
Plenty of times.
Has he walked away from you while you've been hurt or injured, not helping you?
But I'm just his job, so...
Yes, that's his job to help you. I always ask him to help me. That's the difference. I say, can you come with me to do this because I need help? I can't fight a lot of these things alone. That's why I take people with me. Like the men that you think are chasing me. I enlist their help when I
Roll.
need them.
Roll. Alright, let me look at this. This one. Oh, shoot. Okay. This one is Damn, I haven't been clumsy today. Also, I refunded all the points from yesterday that I didn't get to the rolls.
I was just simply stating that I myself am at a loss with it. I don't really know if I want to hear Hawk tell me that he's too scared to be my friend because he is afraid that his elders won't want him anymore, and I'm also not ready to hear him tell me that his order thinks that I'm beneath him.
Imagine, though, if someone said to you, if you be my friend, I'm going to cut your wings off and take away your magic, and you'll never have any of that again.
Yes.
Would you
I'd
be
kill
their
them.
friend?
No, I'd kill the person who said that to me.
It's not always that easy.
Yes. Well, for someone who is not afraid, perhaps.
This is his god he's talking about.
I feel
What
like
if-
that's
what if
not
Gaia-
entirely the teachings of Mitra, but okay.
No,
Yes.
but I'm trying to use it as something that she has that's important to her. His faith is important to him.
I think what Arya and I are trying to tell you is his job is completed.
But it's not completed until his order tells him it's completed. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not nothing to do with him. His order has to call him home and tell him he's done. Until that's done, he will stay.
I mean, we're not saying send Hawk away, but Levy wants Hawk. She's in love with Hawk. She wants Hawk to love her, but at the same time, she wants Hawk to change
Well,
all of this about him to
I
what
do
she
not
wants him to be. Like, she wants him to
I will
completely
say
change
that
who he is for her.
have known him
almost to the point of forcing his
stand
character
imposingly in
to
situations where
absolutely
he thinks he is being a protector to me, and that is about the extent of the protection I have felt from him. If he thinks he is
Levy's-
protecting me, that is one thing. However, I have done well to protect my own self by... I even had to protect my own self and my own ways against him himself when he drew back away from me and placed a hand on his blade when I explained who our grandmother is.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't sound like a protector to me. In my eyes, he failed his job. He didn't complete it.
You remember that one time he broke my nose?
But we're not going to go there right
He
now.
was there, you're right, but at the same time, he made it worse.
He didn't push you over and smack you in the face and break you, Tilly.
No, but
We know the story. It was an accident.
That
And
we
he
went-
drew a
he
blade on you
twisted it
because
the wrong way.
Mitra says those things are evil. That is why he drew his blade on you. I think you have to take the emotion out of these things.
Us take the
well-
emotion out.
If you take the emotion out of it, then he drew his blade on his own charge, therefore failing his mission.
He didn't hurt you. You weren't cut down.
He threatened me.
Yes, he did, because he thought you had darkness.
So the roll that
I
I
do.
got, I guess I could re-roll.
You know
do a
that
new
just as
roll.
well.
He's all about the light.
It's you become hyper aware of your clumsiness and flee.
He hasn't done it again since,
But
I
I
don't believe.
haven't been clumsy yet today.
Hmm. Well,
I'm not saying he's perfect, and I'm not saying I'm not upset with him either. I'm very upset. But I'm trying to understand things better. We always say that we should change people's thinking. But what about changing our own thinking for once? We're not always the right people in
You're
the situation.
flexible.
This is
Letty,
him and his order and what he needs to do. It's not
you're
about us.
you're the one that's always trying to change the way he thinks and feels, not us.
I know, and I'm trying to understand him better now. Because imposing feelings and things on him, telling him that somebody is in love with him, isn't very fair on somebody who's not allowed to feel those things or not supposed to feel those things.
I didn't do that. Who did that?
Arya.
well, that was actually more so Mimsy. And everyone just started listening whenever
Mimsy?
I finally said something.
Well, Mimsy didn't tell him that. She's been telling him, yes, but
Hold on, somebody just DM'd me.
yeah, it's
Oh.
fine. It's. I'm just saying I'm trying to think about things differently with him now. After hearing his words yesterday, a few things clicked in my head about him. And I'm just trying to understand him a little better and not judge him so harshly for believing in a god and believing in his own faith. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's perfect. He's far from it. The Mitrin are very much like a cult. And it's possible that he's brainwashed. Yes. But that's something he has to sort out. I don't think we can fix this one. I don't know.
Perhaps we can get the other Mitrins to teach him some sense.
They're just as bad, if not worse. They're much worse than he is.
Yes, well, at least they know the concept of friendship. At least they care about people who aren't just Mitrins.
Do they know the concept of friendship, though? Have you got a Mitrin that's your friend?
Sure, I consider them at least acquaintances. It's more than I can say for Hawk.
You consider them acquaintances, yes. Not they consider you acquaintances. You have to be very careful about what people think about you, and not project your feelings onto them. As you said about Bot, if Bot had feelings for me and I didn't for him, then that would be on him. Because I haven't said that. It's not my fault as such. It is the person who's feeling the feelings' fault. That didn't make a lot of sense, but...
Yes. I simply think that these situations are not comparable to that. I do think that this is quite different than that situation.
But he has been quite honest from the beginning, always telling me that he neither likes or dislikes us, and he's just here to protect us. That's the most important thing to remember. And I tease him about it and pick on him, but I would have never told him that I loved him, ever, because that's not fair for him. He is not to have friendship or love outside of his order.
Oh my gosh. This conversation.
And it's not fair for me to tell him that I love him and expect love in return. Regardless of how much it hurts me. But that's
That's
just
a
how I
nice
think of
picture.
it now, and I don't
Sitting on
expect you
bubblegum.
two to feel the same way. I'm just telling you my feeling.
I think it's different
No.
to try to
I don't
change
really have much more
a
feeling about
character's
it.
way
In
of
fact,
thinking
if I
about
try to
things
feel anything more about
versus
it, I
trying
feel
to
I'd only
force
exhaust
them to
myself.
change how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole kitten thing that I do.
He does
that
not consider
my
us
character's
worth
always loving the
friendship
ugly.
or family,
It's
deeming
for
by
to
his
get people
religion,
to change their
then
way
he
of
is not
thinking
worthy
and
of the same
looking
for
at
me
things,
either.
but not force them
Well,
to
that's
change how
up
they
to you
feel.
to decide. Yes.
I think there's a difference. And her character feels like she's trying to force people to change how they feel. And I don't know how well it's working. Maybe it's working really well. I don't get to listen to the conversations that she has with those people when she's having them. And so maybe it works. I don't know. The snorting of this thing behind me. All right, what's next?
Hmm?
I have no idea. Did you
What?
have something in mind?
I wanted to know why Arya smelled like that today.
Smelled like what?
You smelled much more strongly of honey lotus than normal.
Oh. I don't know. I was thinking a lot last night after Livy and I had a small talk, a smaller version of the talk we just had. And you know, I wrote a letter to Grandma. And I took off my ring last night, as I'm sure you both know. And then I had a dream that Daddy and Mother came to me, and they spoke to me and told me that it would be okay, and that we were doing fine, and that I'm on the right path, that my longing is felt, and that it is not for nothing. And when I woke up this morning, there were candles lit on my table that I did not place there. And then there was the smell of honey lotus in my room. It's still there, even now.
Wow.
Do you feel
Yes.
better?
I do. I feel I feel like I have some more hope. Because I will be honest, sisters, I had lost quite a lot of it.
You've lost hope?
I have to admit that I am envious of the way that the two of you, are viewed. You know, it is not the same for me as it is for you. Levy, wherever you go, you have friends. You've never met a stranger before. Everyone you meet, they automatically love you, and it's just who you are. It's not their fault. It's just infectious. And Tilly, you know, it's wherever you go, you're so headstrong and confident. You know what you're doing and you know who you are, and people love you for that. People flock to you. People have literally devoted their undying protection to you, ergo Hawk. And I don't feel like anyone would ever do those things for me. I don't feel like people naturally love me. I don't feel like people would go out of their way to see me protected or safe. And I don't feel like people think that I'm generally a good person or trust me without thinking about it, the way that they do the two of you. I'm a dark fae, and that comes with a stigma. I will never be loved the way that the two of you are. Never be seen the way that the two of you are.
I don't think she's a dark fae. I think she's in.
And
Maybe,
that is
maybe
disheartening
that's what
to
she
me.
wants.
I was losing hope that I would ever develop friendships the way that you two do, let alone fall in love or something.
Ugh.
And you know, if my happiness is here with you two, making clothes for the rest of my life, then so be it. But I fear, and perhaps this is another reason why this whole Hawk situation is hurting me so badly and stirring me up. It's because I fear that everyone feels the way Hawk feels about me. I fear that no one truly actually likes me or
Oh.
trusts me.
Oh, that's so sad, you guys.
They are around me because I am your sister. Because I am useful, and because I am smart.
She's so. I love her.
I didn't really felt this way. I have never noticed anybody
I
not
love the little
talking to you
because I'm
or
smart.
judging you in any way. Do you feel judged by everybody?
I almost want to put that, but that last little bit is fucking lovely. That was funny.
The fact that you have not noticed, Levy, is it proves my point entirely.
Oh.
But everyone seems so friendly towards you. Don't they, Tilly?
There are people that come here just for you and your clothing. I don't know why you would
Exactly.
think that. I would honestly say that you probably have more friends here than I do. Although it doesn't bother me.
Well, I certainly don't think that's true.
Hmm.
And besides, like I said, people come here for me because I am useful to them. I provide
Aw.
a service that many people need. I knew that. That is why I offered it. Because I feared that...
My character doesn't have people come over here for her
Well,
either.
I'm afraid that people will just look at me
Which is
and all they'll
okay.
see is Bonesley. All they'll see is some scary necromancer who wants to kill them and take their soul and put it into some sort of skeleton and reanimate them or something. And that's how people look at me until I explain to them every time, over and over again.
I think you're being too hard on yourself.
I think so
You
too.
have to remember why we're here. And you having Bonesley and Bonesley Prime is part of that.
Exactly.
We have a purpose for being here.
I know. It's just... It's scary to think that my only genuine connections might be the two of you.
Why is that scary? I happen to think we're rather nice people.
Well, yes, of course, and like I said, if I'm destined to be here with you sisters forever, and that's my happiness, I'm okay with that now. It's just
But
I
you
would
know
like.
that you don't. You know that you don't have to be here with us if you feel called somewhere else.
Yes,
Oh,
she does.
well, I
She-
definitely don't feel called anywhere else. That's for sure.
No, she,
I mean, we have this place in the country. Where else am I going to go?
I
It-
don't know.
she can't leave. That's not an option.
Yes, I think if I leave, this whole place will capsize.
I don't want her to leave. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not going anywhere, and my heart isn't called to anyone or to anything. It's just I'm afraid that it might not ever get called. You know?
We
I'm
haven't.
afraid no one will ever call for me.
You have to be patient, Arya.
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course. It's not like I'm rushing it or anything. It's just worry, you know?
It's worry you shouldn't have right now. I think you're worried about things that you just need to take time.
Yes. I
Oh,
I agree.
That's a nice
I
jump.
think that perhaps, well, as weird as this might sound, I think it might have already started me trying to go about this differently. I'm trying to develop genuine friendships, and it's proving to be difficult for me.
No, it's
I
not.
don't think I
Mimsy.
have.
Well, that's what I was going to say, actually. I brought it up to Mimsy. We talked about this, she and I, because I consider her one of my only genuine friends, and she didn't know that. She didn't know that I consider her that, and she told me that I was scary.
What?
Yes, actually, the conversation started because Mimsy said, Arya, why are you so scary? And I said, what are you talking about? I'm not scary, I'm not trying to be. And she said, well, you are, you're very scary, and I like that about you. And I said, but I'm not scary, what do you mean? She said, yes, that's why people look at you that certain way in public.
Oh my.
Oh,
Yes.
Mimsy.
Well, I mean, this didn't all start because of Mimsy, don't get it twisted. I'm not taking Mimsy with anything other than a grain of sea salt.
Good.
But it is still something to consider. I consider Mimsy a genuine friend, and she's one of the first I consider, which is saying something. What it is saying, I'm not exactly sure. You know, Mimsy math and all that, but it is saying something.
Hmm. I've never looked at you and thought you were scary.
Well, you have to say that. You're my sister. Also, we live together, so you see me every single day at my worst.
So, people have looked at me and said I'm scary because I have horns.
What the fuck? You're
So-
so fucking adorable, those assholes.
I straight up don't believe you.
I have had at least 3 people tell me I'm scary and ask if I'm gonna hurt them with my horn.
Ugh.
Oh,
You should have said
goodness.
yes
Well,
and
that's
then
foolish.
stabbed him with them.
I-
Like headbutted him.
Mhm.
Yes, I should.
Kicked
Yes,
him.
next time someone asks, you should just headbutt them.
No, definitely not.
Yes.
Just prove them wrong, shock them really good.
I mean, to be
Oh my-
fair, I was called terrible because I'm pink, so I guess we're all kind of getting
That's
shit on here.
Yes, are we
Well,
just all
nothing.
horrible?
I guess
Yes.
so.
yes, we are.
Yes, now it's all true. Now it's coming to be that we are the terrible ones and everyone else is all good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's how it is, we've got to make everyone else terrible too.
Wait, is that in my nature?
Hmm?
Is that in my nature?
I think that's in all of our nature. I think we get it honestly. Well, I need to go and rest for a bit. I'm getting a bit of a headache, but thanks for talking to me about this. And when it comes to Hawk, it is what it is.
It's yeah. It is what it is.
All right, bring it in. I'm going in for a nap.
Oh, damn it! I wasn't ready.
All right.
Okay, do it again. Ready?
We've got to get this right.
3.
Close.
There we go.
Close enough. Close enough.
Yes, close enough. Alright, good night, girls.
Uh-huh.
Good night. Try to sleep well.
Arya,
Yes.
if Mom were here, what do you think she would say to you?
I think she would say that I don't always need a plan, and just to breathe. And you know that that is the hardest thing I could possibly ever do.
You know what else I think she would say?
What?
I think she would tell you you're focusing so hard on the dark side of who you are that you're forgetting to look at the light.
Well, with constant reminders of the darkness, it is a little hard to be reminded of it.
That's only half of you.
I know. But I will say, I do think it is the stronger half.
Perhaps, but still. Don't forget the light.
Thank you for reminding me of that. I definitely needed that.
Alright, go to sleep.
I will. Good night.
Good night. Oh, my rock nose. I kind of want to put a silver nose down just to see what it looks like.